What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode number 34 of Debate and Destroy with yours truly, Blackout Bill, joined my co-host, as always, the fiend from motherfucking Carrizo Springs.
Local JJ.
Local JJ's up in this bitch. How you feeling today, man?
I feel tired.
Oh,
Fuck.
yeah. It was a long day or what?
Yeah, it was a long day. But you know
it's
what?
so
We
good.
got some good music ahead of us.
Good music ahead of us. And we are joined by the man himself, the legend, the guitar player, Thomas C. Cano.
The pink
Claro, I'm
guitar
excited to be here, dude.
player.
It's been a while since you were on. What was the last time?
I think
the Meshuggah Fear Factor was the last one?
That's been
Yeah.
a good while.
It's been a good while. So you're
That was a
back
good time.
on. Yeah.
Excited to
And
be here.
Today we start the fucking quest to find out what is the best Tool album. So we
Damn.
started with the first two, obviously, because they're coming out with Fear. How do you say? What is it?
Intolerance? I don't know.
Fear Inoculum.
Fear Inoculum. It's coming out, so we decided to do a little tourney beforehand to find out what is the best Tool album, and then see how Fear Inoculum ranks amongst those.
I guess you could say which tool is best for the job.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Jesus,
cut
dude.
it out.
Had to be
That
there.
was
Had to be
that
there.
one. So we're starting with Tool's first two albums. We don't have the CDs or the vinyl because I can't afford that.
We're poor right now.
Why are the vinyls so expensive? Can anyone explain that to me?
This
I
is
don't
the
know.
newest album, like $45.
Yeah, it's 40 for the CD. It's $45,
But it comes with something, right?
it comes with like a projector or some shit to like watch.
when you're high.
Yeah, I guess so. So if you didn't read the title, it is Undertow against Aenima. Let's just talk about the track list real fast. So Aenima has like 6 filler instrumentals
Jeez,
that
man.
needed to be cut so we could do an even 10 for 10. So if this is your first time tuning in to Debate and Destroy, we go track for track. Whichever track gets 2 out of 3 votes gets a pentagram of truth. The album that has more pentagrams of truth at the end of the debate is the winner. But of course, we like to have an equal amount of track listings, so we cut a shit ton. So I'm going to read out the way I lined it up for you guys. So
Let's do it.
track 1, Intolerance versus Stinkfist. Track 2, Prison Sex versus Eulogy. Track 3, Sober versus H. Track 4, Bottom versus 46 and 2. Track 5, Crawl Away versus Hooker with a Penis. Track 6, Swamp Song versus Jimmy. Track 7, Undertow versus Pushit. Track 4, 4 Degrees versus Aenima. Track 9, sorry, that was track 8, 4 Degrees versus Aenima. Track 9, Flood versus Ions. And then track 10, Disgustipated versus Third Eye. The only reason I kept Ions is because it was the longest of the instrumentals,
Yeah.
although it's just noise.
It's just literally noise.
So you know, obviously that one's gonna lose, but we'll get there when we get there.
they
Let's
got
start.
a +1.
What was that? +1.
That one really
Undertow's
hit
got
me.
a +1.
And I didn't know that there was 2 different bassists. I had no idea.
Yeah, the first one.
I thought
there's-
Justin has always been with the band.
No, he did it after.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Justin is on Aenima, and then
Yeah.
Paul Demore
Ooh.
is on Undertow.
He's only on
But I
Undertow?
must say
He's
that
only on
the
Undertow.
bass
I
is
think he's
really good on
Opiate,
both
the
albums.
The
The
first
EP.
EP. Yeah, what'd you say?
The bass is really good on both.
No, it's
albums.
fantastic
Oh,
on
yeah,
both
I like it.
albums. Yeah, it's probably like one of my favorite parts of the band. But we'll get there when we get there. Let's start this bitch off. Undertow in 1993 with Aenima in 1996.
Damn.
Track number 1, Intolerance versus Stinkfist.
Oh my god.
Is this a
think-
blowout?
A blowout. I think.
Is this a blowout?
I think it's pretty close,
Dude,
dude.
I
I
think
like
Maybe a
both.
blowout.
Dude, I think
Maybe.
it might
I don't
be a
know.
blowout.
What?
Well, tell us why. You started off. Let's start with Intolerance.
Dude, Intolerance.
The first taste we get of Tool on their first official
It
album.
takes
not
22
Opiate.
seconds to kick in, but dude,
Not too long. Not too long.
No, but the big drum and bass noise from the
Oh, yeah.
start, it shows what their career is gonna be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
love
It's
that.
a great riff.
Danny
I
Carey
like-
has like a badass like hi-hat
And then
work
finally-
that he's doing.
He does,
I love
Yes,
that.
and
He
then
does.
39 seconds in, you finally get the taste of James, his voice, dude, and his
Mr.
voice
Maynard.
is so clean and cut and clear, dude.
I don't know, man. Honestly, I think
I like it.
You like
this.
it?
Yeah.
This I love Maynard. Like I think he brings a lot of different elements, right?
Yeah.
Especially delivery wise, because there's a lot of off time riffs, so you have to be a little bit more creative with your delivery.
True.
So I do appreciate him for that, and I do actually like his voice. But for this one, the lied, cheat, and steal part, it's not
Okay.
the best delivery and best chorus I'm playing.
It's not.
I
It's
just think
not.
it's okay.
I just think his voice is really good.
Yeah. I think this song is really cool in the fact that like the verses continue to build. Like the
Yeah.
first verse is
Opens
like
up.
Yes.
exactly. The first verse is very low.
That's some
and then
nice transitions.
Dude, that's like every Tool song I noticed though. On
It
this
is
album.
very similar,
On this
yeah.
album, that's like their like one trick. Not, I mean, they don't have one trick obviously, but like
I-
all their songs start very like either with like a noise or like an
Yeah.
instrumental.
Yeah.
And then they
And then it
build
ends
up,
banging,
and then
dude.
you know, he opens up the hi-hat or goes into like a tom beat or something, and then
Yeah,
it just
and then the
eventually
guitar
ends up
comes
into some
in.
like crashing cymbal, like loud.
Because majority of the songs end pretty damn good, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
damn.
sound. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, banging. My thing with this one is I think that it works with this song because, from what I read about the lyrics, it's about someone like us in society who's starting to, be fed up with all the bullshit that they see. So at first, where they're kind of like, I'm not going to fight, I'm not going to do anything. By the end, they're like, fuck this. I'm going to stand up and do something. Like, you guys are all liar cheaters. I'm not going to tolerate anymore.
Yeah.
So I like that you can kind of hear the character's emotion that he's portraying within the song, especially, like I said, with the build-in verses. Yeah. But that being said, I still don't think it's the greatest song on the album. I think it's
musically,
a mid-tier song.
I prefer Stinkfist. But I like the lyrics for Intolerance is awesome.
Let's get into Stinkfist is a fucking classic.
It is.
That
it's pretty
a
awesome.
top 10 Tool song for sure. Like, one of the best songs to speak upon, like,
I mean, I would have used my riff if we had
I know. No riffs today, guys. We didn't have our audio engineer.
You hear that first riff in Stinkfist, and you're like, I'm listening to the rest of this album.
Oh,
it's pretty good.
I agree.
It catches you.
I like it a lot.
It does catch you a lot. And like I said, the lyrics to this song are also fucking great. And this is like one of the best Tool choruses ever.
I agree
What do you
with
think
that.
about the telephone vocal effect thing?
I think it works for this
song,
one.
right?
It
I
works
usually
for
don't
this
like
one.
it. That's what I was gonna say. I usually don't like it, but for
Me
this
either.
song, it kind of builds because it goes into like. At
I
least in
just love
the chorus. It goes back to
to
without
normal.
it.
And I like the way they balance that on this song. It's
I
the
love
next
the
song
bass.
we'll get into that I'm like, all right, a little too much.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
I love the bass in this song.
Oh, dude, every song I'm gonna go about
killer.
the bass and the drums.
bass and drums, dude.
Bass and drums are the fucking the band.
They
You know
are
what I mean?
the band.
I
dude.
like Adam Jones, his riffs, and like the way he accents
I'm
certain
not
parts.
the biggest Adam Jones fan,
but
man.
he's definitely the weak link in the chain.
I agree. I agree with that.
What? His solos are so garbage. I'm not even
They're
get there.
pretty, but
Let's stay on topic. I'll do the one that I get to. But like I said, the keep digging part, that's like one of my favorite, parts of this song. And the outro is sick with the little bongos. I love the little bongo shit. But honestly,
and then there's like that odd time beat before the guitar solo.
Oh yeah.
I like that. Or like it's not even like guitar solo, but kind of like a guitar idea or melody. But
yeah, that's what I think he excels at. He does like little like
ideas and like he gets texture. He's like a good texture guitarist.
He's a great texture player. Yeah. So I'm not gonna knock him for that. I'm just saying there's some parts I feel like there's something to be desired.
Oh yeah.
Oh, true.
Like my heart could have been filled up with something more than just. Yeah. It's just like
he just adds depth to the band.
Yeah.
You can literally
he could have some accents too. I would agree. Like even on like the like just heavy chord stuff, it's good, but it's like really I don't know A B C's with
I agree.
the guitar.
But seriously, man, if you're gonna talk about like, I have complaints about Maynard, but there's a reason why he's so highly regarded, and it's shit like this chorus. You know what I mean? The not enough, I need more.
Yeah.
The way it fucking hits is perfect. Like his delivery is amazing.
Yeah.
His voice sounds so good. And like I said, that very last part where, or kind of like the breakdown where the guitar matches him, like doom.
yeah, I like the dynamics in the song. I was gonna say are great.
Oh my god, that has to be one of the best parts about Tool is their dynamics. That I don't get a lot of the times I don't get bored about their songs like we talked about. They start slower and then get up.
Yeah, there's a lot of build up. There's a lot of layers.
The volume and the production is so good dynamically that you're just like when the heavy parts come in, you're like,
It's
fuck,
heavy.
this sounds good.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, what more can I say about Stinkfist? It is like the shit. It is one of the best.
production's great too.
Production's great. The metaphor about getting fisted, just playing along through the song.
But metal.
that's
That's
right.
metal.
But it's metal. But the lyrics are really well read. Like
They have multiple meanings in just the
multiple meanings in one. And I really like this one. Like I said, I think it's very, very telling of our time. This was written in '96, and it applies even more today.
Yeah.
People are just hollow. You know what I mean? They want their materials, all their bullshit. These fucking idiots buy Supreme bricks for like $2,000. If you buy a Supreme brick, fuck you. You know what I mean? Did you see that shit?
Yeah, dude,
That's so dumb. Or the
It's
Supreme. I don't even
crazy.
know. There's so many Supreme.
There's
jokes
Supreme
out there.
everything, dude.
But the Supreme brick was my favorite. that if you bought that, fuck you. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. I mean.
I don't think it's a
It's easy.
blowout.
I think Stinkfist is so much better than Intolerance.
I
Like,
think it's
not
better,
even
but I
close.
don't think it's a blowout. Intolerance is a really good song, especially the growl at the end. That's heavy, dude.
Yeah, I think Intolerance is good, not great. It's mid-tier on Undertow. I think there's a good 4 songs better than Intolerance.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
You know, and we'll get to it when we get to it. What about you? You
I
think
would
it's
take Stinkfist easily, but I don't think Intolerance is terrible.
no? I don't
like
think it's
it.
terrible either. I can
say
put
it's
it on.
mid-tier.
I think it's
It's
a
not a
pretty good
skipper.
start for their career, dude.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And it's not, like I said, it's not a skipper by any means, dude. It's a good song. But that being said, man, Stinkfist gets the pentagram of truth.
Oh, get up.
Dude, are we on to another blowout right here? Track number 2, Prison Sex versus Eulogy.
I don't, dude. I like both, dude.
Really? Okay.
I like both too, actually.
The vocal effect of Eulogy drives it goes on too long.
Something about you and vocals when it comes to certain points, like it just.
I don't want to hear the fucking megaphone
so hard.
Yeah,
I get that.
It doesn't sound that good.
It's what Tool is, dude. They're adding depth and dimensions to every song they do.
I think it's too much. I hear that vocal effect, and I think of Porcupine Tree, they definitely took some of this inspiration, used it for themselves. But I think they used it more sparingly, whereas this song just goes on a little bit too long with that. But I love the instruments.
Again, the ending is heavy, dude.
It is.
I love it.
It picks up, and the instruments are sick. Like with, that's the part I love about Adam Jones where he has the accent.
When you actually,
Once it picks up, it's
triplets.
good. But there's like the first 2 minutes, I'm just like, what am I doing here?
Yeah. I agree. Did the intro have to be 2 minutes?
That's what I see. Exactly what I wrote in my notes.
That's what I would do. Did it have to be 2 minutes? I do like the bongos.
It's actually a minute 57, boys.
I don't think the 2-minute intro is necessary.
I love it. I love it. But like I said, once that vocal thing goes away and it actually kicks in, like the song, it sounds fucking amazing.
And okay, I don't like the "Don't Step Out of Line" like the vocal part, but the drums.
Oh, the
dude,
drums.
Are you kidding
Danny
me?
ain't right, bro. He's so good at drums.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's so good at like highlighting like parts, and I think the best part about Danny is that out of a lot of fucking other drummers that have the capabilities to do this kind of shit, they like to flaunt their abilities.
Yeah, he builds it up.
Is Danny he's one of the best drummers at serving the song. Like he knows when to hold back, he knows when to add more in.
But then there's even if it's a simple song though, there's like a couple parts that you're just like, dude, that was badass.
Oh no, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like it doesn't need to be overly complicated to be great. You know what I mean?
And the timings and stuff that he does is just like really complex. Like I don't know if it's this song, but where he does like weird time signatures different from the band.
Yeah,
and it like catches up.
I think that's
in
46
verses.
and 2. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I love that
That shit is
that's pretty cool, man.
I'm not a drummer, so that's just amazing. I see it.
But moving on to Prison Sex, dude.
Compared to Prison Sex,
that riff.
Compared to Prison,
killer.
get the fuck out of here. Prison Sex is another top 10 Tool song for me.
Dude,
it's amazing.
That riff is insane. And then you
It's
get the
such a
double
good riff.
bass.
Oh my god,
dude, come on.
Plus, once again, great fucking lyrics. About abuse for the cycle of abuse.
Yeah,
the music video is awesome. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. I mean, the one
I
that
haven't.
like banned on MTV and shit.
Yeah,
it's a great one. Like it really, I like it a lot. But there's parts where, like I said, my favorite parts of Adam Jones is where during the verses or even during the chorus, there's part where he'll emphasize the vocal hook more.
Yeah,
or it might be vice versa. It might have been like the riff was there and then Maynard sung along like to the rhythm of the riff. But that stands out really well to me in the song. There's like certain parts in the verses I'm like, dude, that sounds so fucking cool.
I love
when they hit
song.
you at the same time, like with the stops.
My problem is the slowdown part at 304. I don't feel it. I
like
personally don't feel that.
I like the little melody that.
Is that temporary sanity thing? Like,
yeah, it gets really slow. But then the build up again,
dude, and that part, Danny and Justin, or not Justin, Paul, sorry. The first bassist, what was his name? I just said his name. Yeah, Paul, holding it down in the background.
Yeah. They know how to keep the audience engaged because they put you through a roller coaster. Like they slow it down, get heavy, and it's just, man, you really got to focus on their music to get into it.
Yeah.
Because the first time I listened to it, I was like, man.
It's a grower. Prison Sex is a grower. Like at first you don't think it's going to be, you just think it's going to be okay, but the more you listen to it, the more it gets badass. And like I said,
that's how I felt about Eulogy. I love Eulogy now. I love it.
I like Eulogy a lot.
There's so many parts that are banging, dude.
No, Eulogy is a fucking good song. I think it just compared to Prison Sex, I just think Prison Sex is clearly a better song.
I don't know. I think I'm taking Eulogy.
No way, dude. That part when it's like I've come full circle, whatever, and it has the continuations of the vocals playing on with the music, it's fucking awesome. And
the Eulogy just hits hard after the echo. After you get past that echo effect.
Yeah,
dude, the instruments hit hard
at like the 6-minute 30 mark.
Yes,
I thought
dude.
that was my song cue. Actually,
yeah, dude,
I like that part.
I'm taking Eulogy now. The more I think about it,
the bass transition part, or even the part where it's like, "Will you?" You know what I mean? And then don't you fucking like we actually goes into don't you fucking lie. I love that shit. It's killer. I read that Eulogy's about L. Ron Hubbard.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
that's what I read. I don't know. Someone fact checked me out there. I saw it on Genius. People speculated that it was about Jesus, but then someone was like, no. And then another person was like, it's about Bill Hicks, but it's like, no, because it's too disrespectful and Maynard loved Bill Hicks.
Oh
and
my
it's like,
gosh.
well, then it's about L. Ron Hubbard. And I was like, all right.
Okay.
All that reminds me of is Eric Andre was like, it's Elron Haru Bembe.
So everybody came to
You know,
consensus.
Turn that poop into wine. Turn that poop into wine. I don't know why that's the only thing I think of.
What the fuck is going on?
You never seen the Eric Andre show?
No, I never seen
It's pretty
that.
funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Eulogy, it's a good one. I think it's also a grower. Dude, but that very last guitar hook in it, is that not Parabola? Like every time I hear it, I'm
Yeah.
like, is it about to be but he doesn't switch to the you know what I mean?
Maybe they do it live. I don't know.
I don't think so, dude. Does Eulogy go into Parabola live? Let's look it up on Setlist FM.
Set listed.
But every time I hear it, I'm like, is this about to be Parabola? But then it's not Parabola.
It's similar.
Yeah, similar, but I'm going with Prison Sex, dude. I don't give a fuck.
What are you
I
going
said what
with,
needs to be
Tommy?
said. Go watch the music videos. You don't think Prison Sex is better? It's a great fucking
yeah.
song. Only okay. Here's maybe the one complaint I'll give to Prison Sex is how dark the lyrics are. The music really doesn't, because I know we listen to some heavy shit.
That's
so I'm
not
like,
a complaint, though. I mean,
it's not a complaint. It's just kind of
Melancholy,
like
maybe?
kind of more melancholy, where it's like, I wish
Lyrically.
this was dark, like really dark, because
Or a part of it, yeah.
the lyrics are so fucking
it
dark.
seems so happy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? It reminds me of that last fucking song off of lyrically wise, but it's more dark on that Korn album, the first Korn album, the one that's like 11 minutes. I can't remember.
Daddy?
But
I'll-
Daddy,
I'll give
yeah.
him- I'll
See,
give him-
that's fucking dark, dude.
That
you know
is
what I mean?
super dark.
Like, I think the music there is very like
The theme
becoming
of
to
it
the-
is just sadistic.
Yeah, no, no,
Just, dude, for this being their first album, like,
no. It
it's
kicks
pretty
off.
damn good for having, like, and I was like looking on Spotify, and I was like, dude, Tool's like
Yeah.
the only band, and it's like on their like top played things. It's like one song from each of their albums, including the
Oh,
new
really?
single.
Really?
Well, the
So I'm
single
like-
they put up there like artificially.
So
or
it's just
whatever.
a testament to, like,
yeah, how diverse they are,
they're
and
not
how good the albums are.
Yeah, they speak for themselves, and they all have bangers.
Yeah, and they all have
And they
different.
might- and they may not be cover to covers, because on full disclosure, I will not listen to either of these
No,
albums
dude.
again cover to cover.
No.
It was
Damn.
pretty
No,
brutal.
seriously, I won't either. You would? You can listen to it. Don't fucking
I will not
lie.
listen to Enema cover to cover ever again. Like
No.
ever again.
Exactly.
There's so much filler
Dead
and
space.
all this dead air and like stupid shit you have to take out. I think Undertow's pretty close to getting cover to cover, but it gets
Yeah.
ruined by like the last two tracks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it more at the end. But anyway, I'm going with Prison Sex. What are you going with?
I'm going Eulogy.
Eulogy. You're so fucking wrong, dude. It's
Dude,
not
Eulogy's
Eulogy.
awesome, dude.
No, it's like, how can it be better than Prison Sex?
Dude, I'm telling you, those
like
riffs
both
hit
songs, but
harder.
yeah.
Those riffs hit harder.
No, they do not.
Yes,
Prison
they do.
I'm containing my
Oh,
anger.
I
I'm
wish
containing my-
our engineer was here. I'll
Oh,
play
we're
that
gonna put
riff
some-
at 2:38.
All right, Tommy, let's hear it. Let's break it up. Break
I
it
like
up.
both songs, but I like Prison Sex way more.
Yeah.
Way more.
Way more, dude. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my
dude.
god, there's no
It's
way you
Prison
like
Sex
way
gets
more.
the pentagram and
You
shit.
just like 5 minutes ago. Oh, I think it's close.
I'm saying-
I think it's close. It's those
Well, I'm
beers, man.
saying
They're getting you.
It's a good. No,
Here's what I gotta say, because it's for me, it seemed like a little bit of a mismatch. Let's talk about Prison Sex versus Stinkfist. Which would you take off the top of your head?
I take Stinkfist.
I take Stinkfist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, and then Eulogy versus Intolerance. I take Eulogy.
I would take Intolerance.
I take
Really?
Eulogy.
Why?
I don't know. It's more of like, I don't know, just more of a start.
It's a
and
little
it
more
has be- it has a
straightforward,
better
too.
Intro has a better like hook riff and has a better ending.
You think there's just a little too much fat on Eulogy with that intro?
Yeah,
Could have been
it-
trimmed down a little bit.
Definitely.
That's
Damn.
yeah.
It's like a 9-minute song, right?
yeah, but with your if you're flying high, I mean, you're having a good time listening to that fucking
If
intro
you're
with the
flying
bongo.
high, I could listen to fucking Korean pop and have a good time, dude.
I guess that's true too.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Oh my God, talk about another blowout.
I think
dude.
this one's a blowout.
Track number 3, dude. H versus Sober.
I think
my
this is truly a
God.
blowout.
Man, Sober is like one of my favorite songs.
Sober is
ever.
incredible.
Badass.
Ever. I think it is a top 3 Tool song.
I agree.
It's very close to my
It's
number
so
1 spot.
simple,
It's
but it's
so-
so
the
exactly.
lyrics
goddamn
hit
good.
It's
hard,
so good,
dude.
and the lyrics are so fucking good.
Yes,
Yeah.
And the way they work with the song is just butter, dude. It's
Yeah.
everything works. Once again, Maynard's delivery is fan-fucking-tastic. 'cause
Everything
it
connects in this song.
escalates. And you want
Yeah.
to talk about dynamics when they get really, 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 really low.
Yeah.
I will find the center. Dude, that part. Oh my God! Then when they bring it, Bennett, get it. Oh my God, dude! What a
Yes,
perfect
dude.
song. I have no complaints about
The
this song.
drumming's excellent.
Excellent. Bass line is excellent. I'm even down with Adam Jones. He does no wrong in the song.
Nope.
He serves the song perfectly. There doesn't need to be a guitar solo.
No.
There doesn't need to be anything. There just needs to be
It's a
atmosphere.
statement.
It's a damn statement.
I'm not hating on H. It's a good song.
Dude.
Because James has that awesome long scream, like at the middle of the song. Like he goes on forever. I don't know if you remember that part. It's like in the 4-minute mark. And it just sounds so cool.
The 4 minute?
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, I put 4 minute and 25 seconds, like heavy bass and drums. Like
Yeah, but he's
bad.
screaming on top of that. Like he has
With
a
over
long
the-
scream. Yeah, dude, it sounds so badass, dude.
Yeah.
But,
One of my favorite parts is on the very last chorus. Danny like switches up the drums.
yeah.
And they sound fucking badass. Like he kills it. This song's lyrics that I read about was that he was grown up while he was growing up, he had abuse in his family, and he didn't want to turn into an abusive parent. So it's kind of that relationship. H is his son's middle initial. This is about his relationship with his son and parent.
Huh.
I thought it was all right. I think H is good, not great.
I like the guitar effects.
Guitar
It's like
effects are
it's
good.
It's a cool like vibe chorus sound. I
It's
like
a
it.
long 3-minute build up.
It is again.
But that's Tool, dude.
That's what they
Yeah.
do. They do build-ups.
But I think for this song, the percussion and the atmosphere are what it's all about. Bass is great and the atmosphere is great. Once again, the guitar attributes to that. A different style of guitar playing. But for me, I don't know, man. It's just compared to Sober, it's nothing. Like,
Yep.
It's just a joke.
I completely agree with it.
I think where would you put on the album? For me, this is also a mid-tier song. I could
H?
name. Yeah.
I'd say
I put
tier.
Eulogy
It's pretty
better.
bottom tier, dude. It's pretty
Bottom tier?
I
It's not
think so.
bottom tier. You got to remember, this is a
I like Eulogy
15-track
more
album.
than Age, dude.
Was that?
We're factoring out.
Yeah,
of
let's
the,
factor out those. Okay.
Yeah.
I like Eulogy more than H2. So yeah, it's a bottom
Yeah.
mid-tier. So it's not
great.
great. It's good.
I think so far
Wouldn't make my playlist.
Sober is my favorite off what we listened to. The first
Dude,
start.
between Sober and Stinkfist,
That's a
I'll
that's
take
a toughie,
Sober,
dude.
that's a
dude.
battle. I think I'd take Sober too, but
Sober's
that's a
incredible.
battle.
I'd take Stinkfist, dude.
Damn,
Really?
Damn, boy.
Because I heard
Yeah.
Stinkfist before
Before Sober?
Actually,
I think I
surprisingly.
also
Sober
did.
was like one of the first songs I ever listened to by Tool.
Really?
Yeah.
I think my first one was was Parabola.
Oh, and have you seen Sober live? Holy shit, it sounds badass.
Okay, that was the other thing I was going to talk about. That live performance where Maynard just stands
Oh, I
still
know,
the
but
entire time.
It's
In the pink-
incredible.
in the pink
It's okay.
onesie?
It's
Okay,
epic.
let's talk about this. Is it good or gimmick? Is his performance a good
Okay.
performance or a gimmicky
You have to stand
performance?
It's a
still to
little-
sound like that.
It's a little bit of both, dude.
Okay, let's break
Come
it
on,
down.
that's some
Break it
real
down.
talent right there, though.
We're still talking about it. You know what I mean?
We're
Yeah,
still
till
talking about
this
it.
day.
I understand the point of the song
real.
and like being addicted to
Yeah.
heroin and he's wearing like pajamas or whatever the fuck people are
won't
saying.
move.
But I've recently heard, and someone confirm or deny this, that his actual vocal performance, the one you watch on YouTube, that isn't the original.
They like overdubbed.
They
it.
overdubbed it.
Don't crush my soul, dude.
That he actually did not put on a good performance that day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've heard.
I don't
Someone
know if
fact
it's
check me
Wow,
on that.
Maynard not doing a great live performance. So unlike him.
I know, right? Can we talk about that for a second? Maynard.
Sucks now.
Okay. I've never seen Tool, so who am I to judge? But I
Okay,
feel
man.
like when you go to see Tool, you should expect cool backdrops, awesome music, and who gives a one of the only bands where you're like, I literally don't give a shit what the front man's doing because he just annoys me
Yeah.
with his
Like
antics.
the whole you did a tour and people were like, dude, he was behind the stage the whole time. I'm like, why didn't I get tickets to that one?
I know that's so
Fuck
dumb,
that.
and why even be there? Like it's so stupid.
That's dumb.
I don't know. I'm not buying the gimmick for me personally. I just think you're a shitty frontman.
I just
think
don't get
that's
it
my.
either, yeah.
I'm not trying to say that he doesn't have great vocals or like he's an original dude, but as a frontman, to what I've seen of YouTube videos, he's a joke. Like compared to all the
Compared
other
to
great
all
front-
these other
and
great
maybe he's trying to be
ones?
different, and he's so edgy. He's Maynard. I'm just not buying it, dude.
That's
I'm
a
not buying
tactic
it.
that works though somehow. I don't know how, but it works.
It works for all these stoners out there, I guess. Yeah, man. Well, you know, when you're doing acid, when he's staying in one spot, he's actually real and moving.
He's actually right next to me, man.
But yeah, and then I saw one where he did a song. He was like in military gear or like police gear, and he just had a megaphone.
Oh,
and he was just
yeah.
using a megaphone.
Was that with that
The
band or a different
entire
band?
Show.
No, he did not.
Was that?
I thought that was with his like. He's
No,
like, the
that
other
wasn't
band.
with Pussifer or.
Pussifer. I'm saying, yeah.
It wasn't with
Was it with
Pussifer. It was
Pussifer?
with Tool.
That was actually with Tool.
I'll have to link it or some shit. I'll send it to you.
They show pictures of that all the time.
And dude, yeah, they do show pictures of it all the time.
Yeah.
And if you go look up like people when they record him, like them playing, his voice sounds like butt nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I
they
would go
are
to a
who they
concert.
are.
I would go to
Tool.
a concert.
To see
But-
one thing or two things. Danny motherfucking Carey.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, he's always on. I don't know.
That guy's a beast.
That guy ain't right, dude.
And Justin's amazing too.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know the
Chancellor
bassist
or
name. Yeah, Justin.
I wouldn't want to do the Tool.
My
show.
thing is, okay, the problem is
Maybe not,
it's
yeah.
our fault for not being old enough when they were playing like clubs and theaters. These guys would be awesome. I would love to see Tool in a theater. I would absolutely love it. But the last time they came to like fucking a stadium. This is not stadium music. For me, dude.
AT&T Center?
I think it was either AT&T or was the Freedman Coliseum.
No, they did
either way,
AT&T.
they're a band where you want to pay attention to the music. So the audio is going to suck because
And
you're
the
in a stadium.
dynamics in like a club.
Exactly. So the dynamics in the
Imagine
stadium
that.
and
That'd be
with the
butter.
shitty audio, it's going to sound like shit. Then, honestly, you want to see the show. So if you're like, these motherfuckers charge like $60-$70 for a nosebleed ticket, you're not going to get the same experience. You're going to be up there with some douchebag eating popcorn who's like, oh, I love Parabola. And you're just trying to get
Waiting for
doinked,
Parabola the
having a
whole
good-
time. You think Parabola's coming up next? You think I get another beer?
What's this?
What's this one?
This one's really slow. Because don't they always do
you
Parabola?
heard
They
anything
do
about
Parabola
the
into
new
Parabola, I
album?
think, right?
Oh, my God.
They always do Parabola into Parabola. Could you imagine, like, what's the shit? And then, like,
The
oh,
beginning, like
Parabola! I don't know. That's what I
so
expect.
see that happening.
That's what I expect. But honestly, every Tool fan that I've met is kind of a diehard. Like every Tool fan I met, I don't know Tool fans in my life that only know singles. Like they'll at least know like a good 10 to 20 songs if they like Tool. I've never met the guy who's just like, I just like Parabola and that's it. You know?
Really? I
I
met a
don't-
couple of people that like, I like working out to Tool. Or like studying the Tool.
Yeah.
And they don't know any songs, but they're like, it's
Oh,
cool.
Tool's cool.
I'm like, dude, how do you not know this
How
song?
are they so popular? Can we
I-
get on that subject?
I
Like, how
don't
the
know
I don't know
why.
how these guys
The
got
gimmick.
the gimmick, dude.
It might be the gimmick.
They might have
dude.
been right.
But I just don't understand it. There's.
I mean, their big hits are like smash radio
I'm
hits,
not
dude.
trying to bash them, dude. But there's so many better bands. There is, dude.
I love-
There is.
Yeah.
I like Tool a lot. I understand the appeal to them, but I can see where you're coming from too. There are a lot of great fucking bands out there. But
Yeah,
you got to
dude.
remember the era they came out of.
Yeah.
I hate to do that on the show.
they, like,
My whole thing
true,
is
kind
And
of
all the other
grunge?
bands that we like, where they were at that time. You
What,
know, like
they're-
they were, I don't know.
Are they a crossbreed of like heavy metal / grunge?
Because as far
yeah, in Prague.
And Prague.
It's like I don't know. King Crimson meets fucking grunge band meets fucking metal because there's like one metal. I hate when they say
there's
metal.
so
though.
much grunge
Did you just say
influence on
King
them.
Crimson and Tool? You compare them, dude? Oh
Yeah,
my
dude.
God.
Tool cites King Crimson was like one of their biggest influences. Look, it makes my skin itch when people compare King Crimson to Tool. I think King Crimson is way better
know,
than Tool.
yeah.
Okay, like if you want to, because that's the thing. I don't really
I know,
know where
yeah.
to
But
put
they're-
Tool.
I think King Crimson's
if they're
a little
gonna
more
be,
prog,
wait.
though.
If they're gonna be in the experimental version and everyone's like they're super prog, super experimental, I don't see that. I see more of like the meshing of like radio big hits, like because Al of Adam Jones' riff are like radio smash
They
hit
are.
riffs.
Yeah,
Everyone
they
get
are.
behind them. The experimental part, not so much. Like I like Lateralis.
I get the
but the people who are
experiment part,
getting
though.
into it are probably on drugs. Where I think King Crimson has more to say while you're sober and as an active listener than Tool. That's my 2 cents of the
Maybe,
comparison of both.
I don't know.
Dude, I hear a lot of grunge influence on them.
No, definitely, it's very
Maybe that's
grunge
why
influence.
they're so popular.
I think they're
'cause
the biggest
They're
grunge
like they're
band.
making
Yeah.
because Prague, like when you get to like
They're
fuck-
not the biggest grunge band, dude. Nirvana, Alice in Chains. There's so many big old
Bigger?
Pearl
I
Jam.
don't know. They're not. I think Tool's bigger than Pearl Jam.
Maybe now.
Like
no,
now.
dude, I don't think so.
Pearl Jam's pretty
I don't
huge.
Pearl Jam's huge, man.
I don't think they do stadiums like Tool.
Yes, they
Dude,
do.
for sure.
They for sure do stadiums.
I want to look that shit up.
Eddie
Someone
Vedder,
call Local
dude?
J.
Eddie Vedder's a
You're just
legend.
not as
No,
versed.
Eddie's
You're not
good.
as versed in grunge as you are in metal. You know what I mean? Either am I. I'm just. That's not my favorite genre, and that's where the thing is. I think we did the Tool debate because I love prog rock. It's one of my favorite genres, and I love metal, as you can tell by my fucking show. So I always hear this band getting put into both, where I'm kind of like, dude, I hear this more as like,
They're definitely
But that's
a
what I'm saying.
crossbreed.
That's why they're. I think that's
Like a
why they
grunge.
sell so well.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
they're like not really metal. They're not really prog. They sit
Yeah.
somewhere in between where they get that cross.
until they got to
promotion.
Lateralis, because then we're gonna move on to Lateralis,
Like
the next one,
strictly
and,
prog.
and they wanted to go full prog.
Yeah.
But we'll get to there when we get there. But I think that one as a concept album isn't as good as like some of the great concept albums of the 70s prog,
Oh, for sure. I didn't know.
or
I
even
mean,
prog metal albums or prog
Even
rock albums.
2000s, dude.
Yeah, even 2000s.
Oh, we're going to rant about that,
But anyway,
boy.
anyway, we went on a big rant
Oh,
there.
we
We went on a
did.
big rant.
Anyways,
there.
beer me,
I think we're
boys.
hating a little bit on Tool, but
Beer me, boys.
okay, so Sober gets the pentagram of truth. Let's go to track number 4, which is Bottom versus 46 and 2.
I think this will
Blowout.
blow out too.
Okay, dude, I think this one's a little bit closer. I'm gonna go on a little because Bottom is such a good song.
It is a good song.
Until Henry Rollins has to open his fucking mouth and give me a speech. Okay, I get it, dude. You overcame your fucking
Dude,
shit.
his fear is naked.
His fear is naked.
I
I
wrote
get
it
it, dude.
down.
And if you're speaking to, someone who overcame, drug abuse and that kind of stuff,
That would hit you, but
it would hit you. But for me, I hate spoken word in music. It deteriorates from the song. It's out of place. It's
It
fucking
is.
dated. It's whack to me.
And we don't need that part.
I don't need keep that shit in the 90s where it belongs.
You shed that off. This song's fucking
Dude,
amazing.
Exactly. If you cut that part out, this song is fucking amazing.
Because
It's a
the
great
drum
song.
fill with that scream and that riff. Oh, and it picks up
I know.
fast at the end.
That's what I'm saying. At the
Fuck.
very end of the speech, when Maynard comes back in, he
Yeah.
brings that scream. Exactly, dude. It hits so fucking hard.
Yeah, man.
And
like-
dude, that's a whole. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna say in this song, it's more prominent, I guess, but I really like. And we talk crap about Adam Jones, right? But his tone is super mid-range heavy.
Yeah.
In my especially in this song, you can hear it. It sounds like very nasally,
Yep.
which some people think it's distasteful. I like it because in the whole band mix, that's exactly where you want the guitar to be because you can hear the bass, you can hear the
Yeah.
drums, everything
While they're
sits
not
well in the
turned up
mix.
too high, yeah.
Exactly. And then when he hits those fat notes, then he puts a pedal on and gets
Yep.
more treble or whatever the hell it is.
You're
But
so right, dude. I think that is definitely a big talent of Tool. Is that
they know where to sit in the mix.
exactly? The mix is insane. Like the production of this.
It's 93, dude. Are you kidding
93
me?
and it's
It
still,
sounds
dude.
new,
it
man.
sounds better than like any album that's coming out right now. Like
It really does.
These two albums sound fucking incredible. But yeah, I was gonna say highlight on the on Undertow. I think it's got the guitar is more of the mid range because there's not so much
It's like
gain
super,
on it. Yeah.
like very
Yeah.
like punchy, mid-rangey.
Yeah, but
you know?
yet it's the gain isn't turned up so high.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
feels
It's
like
perfect.
it's
I
perfect.
really like that.
Fucking awesome. But
I agree.
against 46 and 2,
damn.
oh
God.
my god.
This
See,
is,
we hate you go on this rant about Tool, but then you're like, you listen to this, it's like, how can you not like this?
I didn't say I hate Tool.
No, I know what you mean. You just
Yeah.
think there's better bands. I agree. I think the big hits of Tool put them in the stratosphere.
Yeah.
But there's so many like,
Because they show their talent off here like no other.
oh my god, exactly.
My
but then you
God.
get to some of the B-sides and you're like, this is so fucking average. Like it hurts. You know what I mean?
It's not
But
even average. It's like I'm trying to be so artsy that it's just butt.
that too, dude. Like we'll get to that in Lateralis more so I think than here.
Yeah.
But there are songs here that we'll talk about. But okay, so 46 and 2, man. Could we talk about how many bands have ripped off that riff?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. When I think about it, I think of Dream Theater Home on Metropolis Part 2.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like they listened to this one too many times
Yeah.
and said, you know what, we like Queensryche, but this grunge thing's getting pretty popular, so let's make a
try
Tool song.
this.
Hey, but Home is an amazing song, dude. I like it a lot.
That's pretty
So, but there's nothing like when Maynard comes in with My Shadow.
Yeah.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on.
Dude.
Bump,
Get up.
bump, 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 bump. I love the fucking
Dude,
stops.
I
on
want
the
more
song.
of this Tool, man. Like for real.
But it builds up as well. Like that's
Yes.
like they're like I don't know. They're trick.
Well,
of
they
the
show
trade.
the-
Like, they're
Trick of the trade.
like
They
that's
show
what
the
really
metal.
excel at.
It's their core competency. Charlie.
This is the most metal they get, and I love it, dude.
No,
don't think
the
so?
most one they get is on the next one on Undertow.
Which one?
On a fucking the
Oh,
one
Crawl Away.
Crawl Away. Yeah,
Crawl
that
Away's
last
pretty
part.
metal too.
That
But
last
this one's
part's
badass too. The drumming is on
no,
fire,
you're right.
dude.
The drumming is amazing, amazing.
That's a pure clinic.
And this
right
is the
there.
one I remember this is the one I remember in high school when I told you I was like, oh, I never really listened to Tool. You put the song on, you're like, dude, you've never heard this drum thing where Danny Carey does his own isolated part. And
Oh,
even to this day, you listen to me like, dude, Danny, that boy ain't right, man.
He's not, dude. He's
a fucking
incredible.
master of the fucking drums, man.
He is.
See,
He's,
he ain't right.
yeah, man.
You guys, I gotta read out. So on Genius.com, the fucking the meaning of the song is just so pretentious that I have to love it. So I
Why?
read
What
to
is
you.
it? Let me read it to us.
According to Melchizedek, our planet is covered with Geometrically constructed morphogenetic grids. These grids extend from about 60 feet under the Earth's surface to about 60 miles above the Earth, arranged in geometric patterns. Okay? Each species has its own grid, which supports life and connects the consciousness of its particular species. Before any species can come into existence or make an evolutionary step, a new grid must be completed. When a species becomes extinct, that particular species grid dissolves. A new grid was completed in 1989, the Christ Consciousness Grid. This grid allows humans to evolve into our next version. We'll develop 2 additional chromosomes, which are really geometrical images designed to resonate with our specific grid for a total of 46 and 2.
Holy shit.
So I got to know, when he presented this to the rest of the band as the idea, was that cool? Or because I would have just been like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Do you think he presents it though? I feel like Maynard just is like,
This is what
Just
we're
writes
gonna
it, just
do.
Writes it.
Yeah.
And then comes up with the shit later on.
yeah, he just writes. I feel. I don't
But
know.
he's just like, okay, man, it's cool to provoke
He
the
writes
mind,
something
and I'm
all
not
right.
down on it.
He
but-
writes something all right, and then like Danny's like, fuck, shit.
He's just
Like
trying
gets
to
out of
teach
bed,
us lessons,
goes
bro.
gets out of bed, goes to his drum set, like puts his song on. It's like whatever the fuck, and he's like, all right, well, I guess I can think of some kind of rhythm, and then just thinks of some buttery thing, and then just makes the song, and that's how you get
To me-
46 and 2.
To me, I like pushing the boundaries. I like that he's trying to do something different. But to me, this kind of shit
too
never
much.
comes off as genuine.
No, yeah.
It just comes off as like, I don't know how old he was when he wrote this album. It comes off as like a kind of, maybe I'm insecure in my intelligence, so let me try to write something so
True.
fucking complicated because
Yeah.
I got to prove to everyone that I'm so fucking
Like Maynard
smart.
cannot be that well versed in that subject.
No, I mean, maybe
Like,
he is.
if that
I don't
was,
know.
Maybe, but I'm saying,
It's just,
Dude,
and it might be just the dude who wrote this fact or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it reminds me. I don't know if you guys saw him on the Joe Rogan podcast where he talked about laterales.
Oh,
where he like, that was kind of stupid for me to do. I would feel like Maynard as a 40 or 50-year-old man now would be like, it's kind of dumb. Song's a banger, but it's a little too much.
Yeah.
Because laterales is just like what you. You don't have to write a song in the Fibonacci sequence. Everything we do is in the Fibonacci sequence. It doesn't fucking matter. Like,
Yeah.
it's this very stupid concept.
I know.
I don't know, whatever. But I had to go on that rant about 46 and 2. Doesn't matter. Song Smacks is a winner.
Yeah,
It gets
this
the
song's
pentagram of truth. What
a
I do with my
banger.
pen. All right, guys, we're on to track number 5, Crawl Away versus Hooker with a Penis. I think this is actually pretty close
I don't
battle.
think so.
Kinda close, yeah.
I think this is a blowout
What?
for me.
How is this a blowout? Which one's-
Crawl Away's fucking amazing.
Oh,
dude.
I don't know about that,
Crawl
dude. It
Away's
is not a
amazing.
blowout. I like Crawl Away a lot, too.
Dude, it's so heavy.
Does
It's insanely
But the
heavy.
chorus is like the most. It's average. It's an average chorus.
The singing, yeah, but the musically is
No,
fucking,
music, it's great.
They're so talented, man.
Yeah.
dude, when we get a little hint of Danny
And the
Carey's
lyrics
double
suck.
bass work? You hear that double bass?
The
and-
lyrics suck for Hooker and a penis. With
Yeah.
the penis, whatever.
What are you talking about? That song has great fucking
No,
lyrics.
it does not.
Yes, it does, dude. It calls out all the posers. Everyone that called him a sellout. But it's like a joke. It's a parody that like this guy comes up to me sipping on a Coke and calls me a sellout. I like the lyrics of Hooker with the Penis,
I
dude.
don't-
I think it's great lyrics. I think it's better lyrics than Crawl Away. Oh, it's about a fucking controlling narcissist and
Exactly.
a relationship. That's stupid, dude.
How's that dumb?
I think Hooker with a Penis is way better lyrics. It's funny. It's like I think what Tool does best is when they do these kind of like satirical-esque songs.
I'll drink to
And then-
you being wrong.
No, dude. And at the end, he calls out the guy like, fuck you. Hey, you can call me. Yeah, I am a sellout. We're all the man, dude. We're all sellouts.
Everybody's a sellout.
Exactly. That's the point of Hooker with a Penis. It's a good song, dude.
and the drums at the end.
Oh, my God. So
It's a
fucking
good
good. That double
song.
bass part in the end kills.
I hate, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
it
saying.
does.
But I hate when Maynard's voice is like distracts me from like Danny's drumming. I'm like, dude, let me hear Danny play a little bit, dude.
Yeah. But I do that
I
part
do
in
love
Crawl
the
Away,
ending.
or with the where it actually goes metal. What do you think about that part?
Yeah, dude.
Is
The
that the-
circle pit
So,
finally.
is that the one riff that just put them in metal? That like everyone considers
Yeah,
them metal, and then it's like
exactly. I
there's
think so.
one metal riff in their entire fucking catalog.
That's what I feel
No,
like.
that's not
man.
true. They got a couple.
No, they
metal
got
riffs.
some bangers, but
Some
this,
bangers.
this is the one.
But this one was like
Yeah.
dun 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 dun.
Oh,
That's-
they're all metal.
I know, right? Yeah, Danny fucking
get a-
kills at that part.
No,
and
but
I wish,
Hooker,
and I
it
wish
does get
Danny would
heavy.
give me a little bit more. I'm gonna hear him on some more metal tracks, you know, because
Yeah.
he slams that part, man.
Yeah, he does.
Fucking kills
Well,
it.
and Hooker, he does the same thing. He gets pretty
No, I
aggressive.
know he does.
Yeah.
I know he does on
Yeah.
both, but I'm saying like I feel like it's cut short. Like the parts that I'm really into,
okay.
I feel like they're cut short just a little
So-
bit.
I know.
Yeah, on Hooker with a Penis, I think, I'm not a huge fan of like the way Maynard delivers the vocals at first,
Yeah,
but I do like how like the music syncopates with it, like in the second half of this, like as the song builds up.
Yes, I
like
agree.
the guitar, Adam Jones, as
Yeah.
well as the drums, kind of build up with it. And then at the end with the double bass, dude.
It's
That's
killer.
all you need.
No, I don't mind. I think the chorus for this one is fucking killer. I think it's catchy as fuck, and I think it's just right on. Like it's true. It's a true song. Like most people would agree with the song. And there's so many fucking people out there, especially this is like in the '90s, but even in our generation, more of the hipster movement. Where
More
you're,
than
like,
ever.
You're like not a sellout, but you're wearing all the fucking stupidest shit. You know what I mean?
Or you're calling someone a sellout, and
You're
you
calling
are
someone a
doing-
sellout
yeah,
while
yeah.
you're fucking drinking a PBR. Like get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Don't you talk about
I love PBR as much as the next guy. Okay, it's a great fucking beer, but it's cheap it's a great
It
budget beer.
smacks.
Exactly.
It smacks for a
on a
budget.
budget.
It smacks on a budget. But
But-
anyway,
It's I don't know. You can say anything about being a sellout though. It can go
no,
either
but
way.
I understand that. What I'm saying is that the lyrics of the song is presented in a better way, I think, than most people write about sellouts. Does that make sense? Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, you did.
Because
Yeah.
there's an Anthrax song on that fucking Among the Living that was about fucking sell.
Don't you dare talk about that.
And this one's way better. That one's cheesy as fuck.
Now I know.
Remember that? What was that?
Now
God,
I know you're biased.
JJ's about to
towards
walk
Tool.
out.
It's the one after One World. The one where it's like,
Jay's getting heated.
I'm just saying, dude, that Anthrax song sucks compared to fucking Hooker with a Penis. All right, so what are you guys going with? I'm going with Hooker with a Penis.
I'm going with Crawl Away.
Dude, I'm actually kind of torn now.
Yeah, this one's
talk
pretty.
about this one.
This one was close, dude. This is the closest
I like
one.
both of them. I really do.
I do like both these albums.
Okay,
or
I'm gonna
songs.
say I'll say something new, but I'll say why I chose the other songs.
Okay.
So I'm gonna choose "Crawl Away," but just
Nice.
because, and dude, it's not
Splitting
Tool's
hairs for
fault.
you.
It's not Tool's fault.
Yeah.
But on "Hooker with a Penis," dude, I think Danny California every single time I hear that drum riff, and I know it's 10
Really?
years before,
Oh.
mind you, but dude, I just cannot get, and I hate Danny California, dude. Right, don't you hear that in the beginning?
Yeah.
Just a little bit. A little bit. I bet you still know that song. by
Maybe
heart,
Maynard
though.
and Anthony are friends.
Oh my
I bet
God.
maybe,
Maybe they
dude.
are. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Anthony. They both did heroin together.
Oh god. That's when they wrote
I was
Sober.
too- That's when they wrote Sober and Under the Bridge. It was the collab.
It was a double album and they split.
I feel bad for everyone out there who has a heroin addiction. Get off that shit.
This is when Debate and Destroy gets real.
That's when the Raiden Destroy gets real. All right, so we're halfway. Let's talk about, Crawl Away got the Pentagram Truth, so we're halfway. Let's talk about the album covers. There's no bearing on the debate.
Yeah.
But which one's better, Undertow or Aenema?
Both suck.
Yeah.
Both not great.
I like Undertow.
Like the
I don't know. It's
like the spine thing.
Yeah, it's like it reminds me of Fear Factory.
I'm gonna go with Aenema.
Yeah.
I think it works more for what the album's trying to present. That was my Rick impression.
There you go.
I don't know.
Undertow's more like nostalgic, I think.
Enema's more nostalgic to me. I don't know what Undertow has to do with the fucking album at all.
No, not like the. I'm just thinking like when I
don't
think
know.
of Tool.
Oh, you think really?
That symbol? I don't know.
I think more of Enema and Lateralis. And even
When
10,000
I think
Days.
old Tool.
Oh,
I don't know.
10,000 Days is something.
I think
that's-
all the other album covers are better than Undertow.
Yeah, true.
But I
No,
think
I
they
know-
progressively get better.
Okay.
No,
What
I
do
see
you-
what you
wait,
mean. Like when
you
you
like
think of
the
old
new
Tool,
one?
you think of Undertow.
You like the newest one?
No, guys, can we talk about the new album cover?
Exactly.
What? They just, like, one of the best parts about
There's
Tool
like a
is...
joke, and it's like the memes got to, or not the memes, the interns got to make
yeah.
the cover.
But it's the same guy, I believe. The one who did...
Alex Gray
Alex Gray, I believe, is the guy who
did
did...
too much DMT, dude.
I don't get it, because 10,000 Days album covers
Dude,
awesome.
that's
amazing.
an amazing.
It's a
album.
And
great
their
album
art,
cover.
were like the music videos and everything's going with it. Too much.
That's the thing, is Fear Inoculum going to have a fucking good music video? Because the album cover is not very promising.
It's not selling.
It's not selling me. And one of my favorite parts about Tool, just like anyone else who probably has smoked pot in their life, is their fucking music videos while you're high are like some of the greatest things ever.
I'll testament to that.
I'll testament to that. But more so on 10,000 Days and Lateralis. Because I'm thinking 10,000 Days has Vicarious, and I love that music video, dude.
My favorite song by Tool is Lateralis, so I'm just very
Oh,
partial
Lateralis.
to.
You're
to
one
the
of
album.
them.
Favorite song by Tool? I could name probably 3 songs better on that album than
Which one?
Parabola.
Dude, I love Lateralis. I'm sorry.
That's it.
Give me a second. You got me.
When the drum,
I know Lateralis might be one of the better ones. Anyway.
The drumming in Lateralis is just my favorite thing in the world.
But you guys don't feel the new one, right? The Fear Inoculum?
I
The new
don't.
album cover
No.
looks
I
bad.
need to. Oh no, I thought you meant the song. The album's the covers.
The song is
I don't
okay.
get it, you know. But when they explain some weird deep shit, then maybe I'm like, oh,
But that's always
like
the
46
case,
and
right?
2, right?
That's the whole case with art. It's just the explanation.
We
It's
just
the sales part.
we all need to go down some huge
Derive your own meaning.
rabbit hole into fucking Wikipedia and then write a song or some shit about it.
Yeah, I know, right?
songs about
Just find the most obscure fucking like
right.
mathematical shit and be like, that's our new album. We're Tool's rivals. We're Hammer. All right, track number 6. Swamp Song versus
my
Jimmy.
Get up. Oh, this is when it starts.
This when it starts getting
Taking
a
a
little bit lower.
turn.
But I thought this one was a
I
little
think-
bit easier.
I think it's a little closer. Jeez, man, we're all over. We're
I know.
off today.
Okay, if it's closer, then what do you think? What do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about
man.
Jimmy?
Yeah, we can go with Jimmy.
Though
We go with
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
it's
Little
emotional, okay? I
I
understand.
think it's pretty awesome.
It's about Maynard's mom who got paralyzed and him dealing with that at 11. Emotional song, but I think the music is kind of lackluster. It's a little.
I said if it weren't for the drumming, I'd lose interest in this
Yeah,
song.
it's
It's
kinda
the layers
boring.
on this song that keeps you
Really?
going.
I thought no matter how many times I listened to it, I was just kind of like,
It just didn't hit you.
no, dude, it really didn't.
304, that 3-minute mark,
Mhm.
it's pretty amazing, dude. The background of everything
Yeah.
going on with the bass and drums, it's pretty incredible to me.
Yeah, once he gets to the line where he's like under Ohio, whatever at 11, under the Ohio sky part, I
Yeah.
think there's a really cool guitar tremolo picking thing that like adds to the creepy vibe of it. But the fucking the bass heavy breakdown transition is so good, and the ending's cool too.
Yeah.
But I think the song as a whole, I wouldn't. It's not gonna make my
Bottom
playlist.
tier.
Not my favorite.
It is bottom. I think both of these are bottom for me personally.
I think Swamp Tongue's pretty groovy to a swamp song.
I said
Swan song, swamp
All right,
song.
Carcass.
I said Swamp Song could use an outro.
Swamp song could use the outro, but I do like that hit.
Bottom end on the bass.
I do like the bass
Dude,
line start of this
Okay,
song.
during that breakdown, is the bass not hitting like some harmonics?
Yeah,
right?
it
Like
is.
I love that part.
Yeah.
It's so chill.
It's heavy.
And I think the chorus is very different.
It's slow pace, but it has some groove to it.
It does.
Yeah.
But this one honestly doesn't even sound like a Tool song to me. It sounds more like a Pussifer
Yeah.
song because his delivery in the chorus is much different than the rest of the album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It
But
sounds
the-
more like country or something. I don't know, not country,
Yeah, it
but
sounds
I
different.
can't think
that's
of
for sure.
the word to describe the way he delivers the chorus, but it's definitely different.
It coincides with the guitar a lot.
Yeah, it does. For sure. I think it's catchier. For me, I'm going to go Swamp Song on this one.
I go Swamp Song too.
Yeah,
but I
same.
think it's a little
Damn.
closer than you
I
guys
just
think.
do not like Jimmy. And then
You don't like it at all?
I don't like the song really.
Nah.
I mean, the intro's cool, and the rhythm section's good in every fucking Tool song. So it's like I gotta factor that out, and then I'm like, what else is this song?
Exclude that out.
All right, so we're going on to track number 7, Undertow versus Pushit.
I like one song better than the other.
I thought this one was pretty close, honestly. I think Pushit,
Drags,
It's a slow start again, dude.
drags on, dude.
it drags, but I think it's meant to be written like the way where that bass line that continues throughout the whole song is kind of hypnotic. You know what I mean? So I feel like this one could
Another
give you.
big build.
Yeah, it's not really built though. I think they
I
continue.
said it doesn't
kind of,
pick up at all. That's
It
what
doesn't
I
pick
said.
up at all. Like it's
What?
kind of
at that
it has a
3-4 minute mark.
but it's not like it's trying to have a drop. You know
okay,
what I mean?
so it transitions.
It
to-
transitions a little bit,
Yeah.
but I think this one's more of like the hypnotic kind of like. I feel that this song is pushing them more towards the Lateralis era of that hypnotic feeling of and obviously that's heightened if you're a little bit high on the marijuana.
Sleep
the
vibes.
marijuana.
Maybe a little bit of like you're wearing a
That's
sleep
what I was
shirt. It has like
thinking,
that hypnotic rhythmic shit that brings you back.
Yeah.
For me though, I like it more in a sleep presentation than in a Tool presentation.
Because
if that
that's
makes
what
sense.
stands out in Tool is their rhythm section. So when
Yeah.
you repeat the rhythm
Rhythm-
section, that's like the entire diversity in the entire
I
song.
mean, again,
Exactly, I
the
agree.
drumming's a star in the song. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, man.
And this song just does. I mean, I love it, and there's some breaks or whatever, but it just doesn't build into like a huge thing. Which I guess coming from your point, Will, it does make sense as like a hypnotic thing, but
Yeah.
it doesn't sell as much as say Holy Mountain.
Not at all, or a dope smoker.
Don't even get me started. No, but
Don't
Dope
even-
Smoker is Dope Smoker is
This is like another
an
level.
hour of hypnosis.
Now, what's the new one everyone's into? Bell Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to listen to them. I haven't heard shit from them, so I can't talk shit
I
yet.
can't get into it
Yeah.
personally.
But that, like I said, I can't listen to it sober. Like I just can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I listen to it sober, I'm like, this is kind of boring. You know, but when you're high and you're having a good time, like the rhythmic shit works. Or it's like a background, like a more of a background type thing.
Yeah.
It works. But anyway, let's go into Undertow. Undertow, I think, is actually a pretty damn good song. I like the chorus a lot, and I like the lyrics a lot about this song. And I like, for me, I've always said this. My favorite part about songs is when the music complements the lyrics. I think this one does that very well.
Yeah.
It kind of takes you down to that scourge of, relapsing into your own drug addiction.
Yeah.
And in that course, it's really hard for anyone who's struggling, like quitting or doing anything like that.
Yeah, it's really well done.
That second chorus, the drumming is so fucking killer.
Yes,
But
dude.
okay, here's
I wrote
another
it
rhythm.
too.
When they get to that euphoria part where he just says euphoria like really slow and low, and that's kind of like a hypnotic part, but I think it serves the song more because it's not the entire song. You know what I mean? You get to that part and then you come back to
As you said,
to Undertow.
like the riff breaks apart right kind of before the Undertow vocal part.
Yep, and the transitions back are so killer. And can we talk about that second to last riff?
Which one?
Did Mastodon? I wish we had the audio engineers we listen to. Mastodon for sure inspired by the song, for sure.
Yeah.
That second to last riff sounds like exactly like Mastodon.
Yeah, dude.
Crack the Sky era Mastodon.
It's so,
So,
heavy.
I think-
love it.
I think this was a little bit closer, but I think it's a clear winner. I think Undertow is for
I
sure
think
better.
Undertow's better too. I wrote it down.
I would take.
I just
Undertow
love
as
the
well.
ending.
Yeah, the
The
ending's
ending's
great.
incredible.
Love the drumming.
Crazy good.
I'll sing the chorus when it comes on. All right, guys, we're on to track number 8, 4 Degrees versus Aenema. This is a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke.
4 Degrees sucks, dude.
4 Degrees is probably my least favorite song. No, it's not. It's pretty bad, though. It's the second worst song on the album for Undertow. 4 Degrees, dude,
It's okay.
it's not good.
It's an okay
Like, it's
song.
just so
you guys are bashing
mediocre.
it too much.
It's so mediocre.
At this point, I'm like, dude, I am sick of Maynard's like
The simplicity is
vocals,
okay.
Yes.
everything.
Dude, if you
I
listen
think
to this album
otherwise.
all
I
the way
actually
through,
like his voice.
oh no, dude.
Dude.
By this time in the album, I think this is the point where I'm like, all right, I'm
Shut up,
getting
Maynard.
annoyed with Maynard's voice. I like Maynard, dude.
I don't know, dude. I
but
think
I
this
don't-
attracts a lot of
there's-
people. His voice is
I don't
so
like Maynard, dude.
clear.
I know
Yeah.
it does. I completely agree, and I understand when people like him. My whole thing is I don't know why, but there's like I can't listen to Maynard for over like an hour and a half.
3 songs.
Wow.
No, like an album. Like an album's worth, like I'll get bored. Like
Yeah.
I'll be like,
It's just some of the
I
stuff
think maybe
he
his
does
tone or
is just-
something.
he has the potential to have that aggressive voice more often. And dude,
I don't think
I would
he's
think that was
aggressive,
sucking.
though. I think he's like that's where he's his voice is weak. I
No,
think.
but like
Yeah.
he holds
I
it
think
back.
there's
There's some
maybe,
parts where he
yeah.
can't
or yeah,
do
where he
it.
pulls through,
Yeah.
but
Because there's a
I
scream
just
at this
don't-
part of like I think it's like 3 minutes 35 seconds in, where he like shows a little bit more, but then it doesn't really go anywhere.
He can
And
do the
the-
high
the-
to low really well.
The
like,
ending and the
instantly.
beginning of the song are the best parts of the song.
Yeah.
I mean, the sitar little thing is pretty cool, and then you get the ending that's cool with the drumming and stuff. But the song, I think, is so mediocre. It's very average.
No, I agree.
And you're going to compare it to Aenema?
Yeah,
Dude,
Enema's
Aenema, another classic, bro.
It is.
The way that chorus delivers with the
Yeah.
guitar, Adam Jones and Maynard hitting it together, that was flush it all away.
And again, The ending is heavy, dude.
yeah. I wanna
God
see
damn.
it all again.
They're really good at
love when they
ending
get
the
low.
songs.
Once again, great dynamics in the song. Getting
Yeah.
all, I want to watch it all.
And
the
like,
way."
dude, as crap, I actually don't mind this guitar like solo thing. I think it is appropriate for the song.
Yeah, I think it's appropriate for the song. Yeah.
Dude, it builds up nice. I like that.
Yeah. And dude, can we talk about one of my favorite drumming, his roll.
Oh.
The
Oh my god, dude.
while they're on the quiet part, and he
Yeah.
just keeps it going. Oh my god, dude! Such a sucker for that, dude. Danny is that
guy
guy's a
Separates
fucking
the
man.
good from the great.
Exactly. His breakdown is everything in this song. So, like I said, it's a
Yes.
blowout, dude. Enema
Enema.
kills 4 Degrees. It's not
Yeah.
even close.
I agree.
All right, so Enema gets the. Where's my pen? Enema gets the pentagram of truth. We're on track number 9, which is another blowout.
God damn.
Flood versus Ions.
All right, Flood's not. That
You know what I wrote
great.
down for my notes in Ions? Noise. That's all I put. That's just fucking noise.
That's literally I put just noise, electricity.
4 minutes
now
of
on-
noise, dude.
Now you know how you said what song was it? Was it Push It? That sounds like a sleep
Push It,
kind of
yeah.
song. I think that Flood sounds kind of like a sleep song. In
Oh,
my
yeah, yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
Or like a yob, kind of like I don't know.
And dude, the intro
once it
reminds
picks up the rhythm section,
yeah, it's great.
get up.
The intro reminds me of Neurosis.
Yeah, I said
It's
this is the most
heavier.
stoner rock kind of sludgy kind of.
It's kind of sludgy at the beginning, like that. And it's a long section too.
Yeah.
But
Dude, yeah.
it sounds very Neurosis-esque. And then I think it's a couple minutes, but once it finally comes in, it's very good, very fucking heavy.
groovy.
But dude,
Yeah, he
this
doesn't
is
start singing until like 4:42, man. That's fucking crazy.
this is another reason with just speaking about Ions. Another reason I would never buy Aenema on fucking vinyl.
How much is the vinyl?
Quarter of it is just noise.
Probably $40. I'm thinking, which is a joke because I could name you thousands and thousands and thousands of records better. You can buy brand new for like $20 that just whip the shit out of Enema. Then I would, okay, because the thing about vinyls, you can't skip. If you skip, you have to take the needle off and on.
Yeah,
and
fuck
with all
that.
the filler and then Ions, you would want me to listen to that shit on vinyl?
Fuck
Dude,
that.
Ions why is that on the album? That is just noise.
Just
Who in the
filler.
studio thought this was a good idea?
This is where their experimental comes into play.
It's fucking stupid. They're
I
not an
mean-
experimental band, dude.
I know, but it works.
Experiments,
dude.
you have to do something. I don't know, man.
They're
It's just
big for a
noise.
reason, dude.
I know they're big for a reason, but they're not big for Ions, dude. I bet if you went out to someone on the street who's wearing a Tool shirt or that stupid Tool bumper sticker
That and then
looks
to
like a
have it-
fucking wrench with two balls and a fucking shaft, you went up, hey, you like Ions?
Hell yeah, brother.
I love noise. I love noise when I'm in the gym.
And not like, and on top of that, it's like the second last song on the album. Like,
Yeah, why?
just, oh my god.
Why do they do that?
I guess to build in a third eye being like the
album
spiritual
should have ended at
experience.
Aenema.
I think it should have too. I really think it should have ended with Enema. Because you go into third eye.
Go
which-
out on top.
I'll get to the third eye when we get there. But anyway, Flood is actually pretty good. And then the ending, more double bass. Danny fucking killing it. You know I love that shit.
Oh, the riffs are killer also on this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just wish they just cut off all that fat and started from that 4-minute mark. Just let it be like 3 minutes, dude.
I
it'd
kind
be
of like the build
superb.
up. I kind of like the build up a little bit more
You
in
like this
one.
one?
A little bit more.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Maynard
anyway,
doesn't,
I
Maynard
can
doesn't
live
put
without
vocals
it,
on a
though.
song that's like under 8 minutes, I feel. He's like, just 6 minutes, that'll be instrumental. That's fine.
So Flood gets the pentagram of truth. So we're on the last track here, fellas. Disgustipated versus Third Eye.
Oh my god, I fucking hate them both.
This is like the worst shit ever.
This is
Like,
the worst.
Dude, what?
To end your albums on this after
Dude,
starting your
why?
albums another way?
Disgustipated
Or I guess
is
not-
this
shit.
is like-
there's no redeeming factors besides maybe when you hear the bass drum, the tone of the bass drum is fucking awesome. It sounds really good and there's
Yeah.
cool little rhythms, but this song is shit. Like you would never ever listen to this thing
I
again.
can't know, dude. It's bad.
This is what I read. The rhythm section comes from a grand piano being shot with a shotgun.
True.
Wow, that's edgy.
Edgy, bro.
That's all I think about when I hear Disgustipated. I'm like, wow, this is so edgy, dude. Wow.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think about.
I
with
like
Tool,
Bill Hicks more than the next guy, but
I love Bill Hicks, dude, but
to put
bro,
him on your album.
with Tool, sometimes they're the one where I think like the memes of like edgelords. Like I think this is where
This is it.
this is like the music equivalent of that. Like, yeah, man, this is so gritty
How
and
far
edgy.
can I take it?
Yeah, you won't even get it. It's just like this is shit, dude.
I just
Like,
don't get it.
I don't get it. You got
don't
me.
get it.
Okay, and then Third Eye, I would say it wins because it actually has music.
Actually,
Content,
music, yeah.
It has
Some of
content in it.
Has
But,
that like wildlife noise on top of that?
yeah,
too?
but then you got Bill Hicks. You know, this is the one where he actually samples the Bill Hicks comedy routine or whatever. But all your favorite artists were on drugs. Hey, motherfucker, you know where this guitar's from? Rust in Peace. Dave Mustaine was actually sober during that, and it's their best album. Just saying. Just saying. Bill Hicks. No, I'm just kidding. Your face. Yes, we know a lot of musicians do drugs.
That's
a lot of people
true.
do drugs.
I don't think I could ever sample like another like comedian or like some shit like that. That's just not my
I don't know.
not my thing.
I
It's
don't
not
think
my
it
MO.
works personally. I don't like it.
And then
Just whack. Like
and the
it's just
Henry
so
Rollins
dated.
thing,
This combined with the Henry Rollins thing is just so dated, dude. Like, why? Don't do that.
they don't age.
They don't age
But
well.
the production on most of these songs ages very well.
But I know, like, Third Eye is
production's
supposed to be the musical fucking simulation of a psychedelic experience. But I've listened to this album sober now like 8 fucking times, and this song does nothing for me. Like it does
does
absolutely fucking nothing.
Undertow is so
Why did you
A-side
listen
heavy.
to it 8
I love
times?
the A-sides on
Yep.
Undertow.
Why the hell did you
B-sides,
listen to
I
it 8
can't-
times?
What?
You listened to it 8 times?
Yeah, for the debate. This one had a little bit more musical content where I had to listen to it more. I listened
Dude,
to it
I
more.
couldn't. I did 3 times. I was
Three
done.
times?
I was
You have
done,
no room
dude.
for opinions here. I did it like 8 times both, dude.
Dude, you're fucking
These,
nuts.
yeah, because these albums are just like all. I mean, in my opinion,
It's a lot.
It's
That's
like
why I pushed
it's,
back
they're
the
good,
date.
but it's
Yeah.
like
That's why I pushed back the
there's
date.
so much. It's just like, in my opinion, I love the bass and I love the drums on all these, but there's like, you can't say that on
Yeah.
every song.
Plus, a lot of people make the argument Tool kind of, like King Crimson, where a lot of it is growers.
Yeah.
You're not going to get it the first time. So I'm like, okay, I respect that.
That's why I'm giving
I've done-
Fear Inoculum a little bit more time because
Yeah, yeah,
it just
yeah.
came out.
Exactly. And I've done more time with the next two albums, Laterales and 10,000 Days, than these two. And now I see why after listening to these all the way through.
Yeah.
Well, so Third Eye is the winner.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it after. All right, so Third Eye gets the pentagram of truth. So the final results here on Debate and Destroys. Aenema got 4 pentagrams of truth. Undertow got 6.
Damn.
So Undertow is the winner.
I think it's correct, dude. I really do.
You think you're right? Let's talk about this.
Undertow's fucking
Because I
awesome,
feel
dude.
like we're not gonna be no one's gonna agree with us here.
I think Undertow won by the songs, but the songs that beat Undertow from Aenima,
Are better.
are way
Yeah.
better.
Way
Are
better.
way
yeah.
better.
They are just like Tool staples.
But just
Yep.
collectively, Undertow's pretty good.
Prison
dude.
Sex and Sober are 2 staples from Undertow, right? But I don't know.
Yeah.
No, dude, I think there's a lot of hidden gems on Undertow.
Yeah, it's a grower more than Aenima. Aenima was the opposite of me. I don't
Aenema
know
was-
because I had more experience with the hits on Aenima. Like
Yeah.
I knew those songs more.
I know
So-
the history's there for Enema, but man, dude, Undertow, I think is just much more raw.
I think it's a
And
little more
hits harder.
straightforward.
It's more
Yeah,
straightforward.
Not
yeah.
trying to not trying
as
too hard.
experimental.
not as experimental.
Yeah.
But my thing with Enema, I think, is exactly what you said. The big hits off Enema, I think, are on another level, right? And there's a lot of big
That's
hits.
true.
Stinkfist, 46 and 2, Enema, fucking. I like Hooker with a Penis, but those are all fucking like on another level of shit. Whereas really, the really big songs on Undertow that people know are Prison, Sex, and Sober.
That's basically it.
But that's not basically it, dude, because I like Intolerance. I like
I like Intolerance
Undertow has a
too.
lot
I
more
mean,
mid-tier songs.
popularity wise.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But Undertow was fucking killer. Swamp Song was a good one. You know what I mean? Flood is a good one. Bottom, besides the Henry Rollins part, is fucking great. Whereas, Jimmy, Push It.
Yeah.
And then all the
Even
fucking
taking-
garbage that you have on Enema that you got to we had to chop 5 songs off of Enema, dude.
Yeah.
5 fucking little
That's insane.
Message to Harry Manback.
Yeah. It's like, why do you put
I
these
don't-
little
why?
instrumentals to lead in albums? It's like that one album by Linkin Park, 10,000 Days.
Yeah,
there's like
they
a
have a
shit ton of
lot.
like little intros. They don't add anything for me in this song. I don't know if they add more for people out
Maybe
there.
it does, dude.
And comment if
does
they
that.
do.
What was that?
I said comment if they do.
Comment if they do.
You.
But for me, like, a great build-up to a song is Parable into Parabola. That is a great build-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That has a point. There's a point for it to be there. All the ones on here, there's no fuck. Ions has no
understand
point.
it.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
It's just a waste of my fucking time. So thank you, Tool. After 8 listens, you probably waste, I don't know how many hours of my
Yeah,
life.
the first time I heard it, I was like,
You
dude,
wasted
I was listening to
32
the whole thing
minutes
because
on
I was like, what
Ions.
is there? Maybe there's something else.
So if we're comparing this to the prog masters, it's not up there.
No, it's
if we're
not.
comparing it to the metal masters, it's not up there for me. If we're
Yeah.
comparing it to grunge, I think it's high tier grunge. It's better than a lot
But
of
if
grunge
you're
I've
only
ever-
but if you're only judging it from its grunge aspects, because take away the grunge aspects from Tool, or I mean, only think about the grunge aspects from Tool.
Yeah.
You got to take away the badass drums, and you got to take away the badass.
No.
Dude,
I'm not saying
Soundgarden's
that. I'm
pretty
saying
Odd
fucking
like,
Times.
amazing.
I'm
I
saying
don't know.
that them incorporating that in that grunge
Like
era.
in their market, you mean?
Yes.
I don't know, dude. I would take personally. I like
that's why they
Soundgarden and
excelled.
Alice in Chains better, career wise.
Career wise,
Yeah, dude, they have some.
I mean, Tool
banging
has
songs.
4 albums, so it's not really hard to beat them. They
I
only
guess
came out with
not, but
4 albums.
I don't know.
we can
And now
do
after fucking 15 years or how many years,
Well, it's
they're gonna drop
5.
another one. I think
It's a gimmick.
it's not a gimmick. My thing is like.
I don't know,
My
man.
thing is
I
like,
think I might
if
be
you
with
make the
you.
anticipation that high, you're never gonna live up to it. So why even just end your career on 10,000 Days?
Because they can
It's
make a
good-
shitload of money making this album that everybody hates, and then
You're
they,
right.
they love being hated, right? Or, I mean,
Yeah, I
don't
would
know.
too. Yeah, you're right. I'd make some money too.
Dude,
Why
they
not?
probably just troll and put like Fear
Yeah.
Inoculum and like 9 songs that are just like instrumentals.
Yeah, why not?
That are
It's like what's that?
Message to Harry Manback, and everybody has these pre-order. And they don't.
It's like that
pre-orders,
last
but
Pink Floyd album, The Endless River. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like it has Pink Floyd's name, so it's gonna be a bunch of.
It's gonna sell.
But it's all instrumentals
yeah.
Yeah.
that are like not that good. But my whole thing with, I don't know, man. My whole thing with Tool, I still think they're one of the most overrated bands probably ever.
For real.
I think they are the most overrated.
No, they are not the most overrated.
Who's more
Nirvana?
overrated?
I would say Nirvana's the most overrated.
I don't know.
band.
Nirvana has a
Sounds like
good
big
stable
hit,
of songs,
and y'all
dude.
can talk shit to
No.
me. I hate
Nirvana has a good stable of songs. at
They
least.
do. I'm not saying Nirvana's overrated.
Who's more overrated?
I think Nirvana's still.
Dude, there's a lot of bands that are more over.
Five Finger
AC/DC,
Death Punch.
Bro, think of all the bands that are selling out stadiums, dude. Like fucking in metal, Sabaton. Why are those guys so big? I'll never
it's
get
only
it.
in Europe though. They
Okay,
cater to the
let's-
fans there.
Okay, what about fucking
Come on, you
Def
can't-
Leppard, dude?
Def Leppard's good for rock and
Better
roll.
than Tool?
For rock and roll, that genre.
I guess you're right. If you stick to the genres, yeah, dude, I think Tool is one of the. And I don't want to sound like I'm hating because I really do like some of their music, but
No, I do too, but
Like,
I just think
when
they're
you
just
take-
overrated.
this is the point. If you take Aenema, which is people regard this thing on like the top of albums, this has.
There's no
Dude,
way.
there's no way this
There's
compares
no
to any of the best
way.
prog albums.
No.
I wouldn't put this next to the top 5 King Crimson albums, dude. Did you hear that? You
I
want me to
wouldn't put
repeat
it.
that?
I wouldn't put it next to the worst 5 King Crimson albums. Dude.
Okay, I would for that. I would for that.
Maybe, but
But okay, at least the top 3, like Lark's Tongue and Aspect, Court of the King.
Indiscipline, maybe. Or would
I
you
mean,
say-
Discipline's
you're making
weird.
my point. You can't even name
No,
a
no, you're
band
right.
that's.
You might be right. They might be the most over. I don't know. Discipline, Red. There's so many good King Crimson albums, and then you got to think about
That's like apples to oranges.
Yes, Deep
Yeah.
Purple, Rush, all these prog bands. I know that people
They
of
found
this,
a niche.
I think all those
Tool found a
bands are
niche.
better.
but Tool found the niche because they got the grunge fans,
The happy
and the
medium
accessible-
between grunge and technicality.
they got a
or
good.
whatever.
Yeah,
they
they have
got
a
a
good
good
mix.
mix.
They have a good
That's
mix.
true.
But a lot of fucking
Because
filler.
you'll have like the technicality with Danny and them, and then you'll have like Adam to simplify
let's-
things and give texture.
We'll come back to this argument after we do the next
Yeah.
follow-up episode, which would be Lateralus versus 10,000 Days, and whoever wins that.
We might get to
Goes up
we
against
might get to
Undertow.
blows at that one, dude. Honestly,
I know, dude. I want to see. Is Undertow actually going to win? Is it going to beat 10,000 Days?
I don't
and
think so.
Lateralus? Because I think Lateralus and 10,000 Days is a bigger battle. I think those two records,
I think those are
probably
very close.
better
Those are
than these
closer
two.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
yeah. So that'll be a good episode. So when that comes out,
Stay
all you
tuned.
fucking Tool fans, if you're hating on us for our shitty opinions, fuck you. Your opinion's wrong. So is mine, though. You know what I mean? Cheers to that. But anyway, that's the end here. Undertow is the winner on this episode of Debate and Destroy. If you think Enema's better, what's their opinion, JJ?
You're wrong.
Your opinion is wrong. Like and subscribe. We'll be back next week, motherfuckers, with another
Peace
fucking
out.
debate. Peace out.